Hello, everyone, and welcome to another SDGC Live. It is a Thursday. I'm Derek. I'm here with Jeff and CJ, and in theory, John, but not at this exact moment because he's taking a puppy out to go potty. And Britt's supposed to be here, but she'll be here in exactly 2 minutes, so give it a moment. How are we doing tonight, fellas?
Pretty good. Other than, like I said, I was just bitching that my Zach Fair Crisis Core figure is busted. So
Yeah, you just got that
2
minutes
hours ago.
before the show. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an amount of minutes.
It's a
120 to be exact.
Yeah, I mean it's
doesn't
correct.
help the audio viewers, but it's a very nice. I already threw it all back. Okay, you can't see anything. It's all back in the box.
Is it like is it a statue or is it a figurine? Like a
I don't know what I don't really buy this stuff, so I don't know what the difference is. It's
I
a
don't know what
like,
the nerd.
It's like
you're not a fucking
it's a
nerd.
dude, and he's got a little stand, and there's like
Yeah.
little arms and accessories and shit. It's a
Well,
doll. Let's be real, it's a doll.
For those listening, who's the figure of? Describe it to us.
Zach Fair, the hero of Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion, popular Square Enix RPG. Thank you for the review code.
Yeah,
Hashtag ad.
He's brown hair cloud.
Yeah.
Do the Wario 64 thing. Hashtag ad. Link it in the chat.
There's John. Hey,
It
John.
didn't take
There's
too
John.
long. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. What's up?
Oh, cool.
I brought us in.
Cool.
Welcome to the
alright.
show.
Had to take my little puppy out to piss.
Yeah, I'm little Tara.
Yeah, that's what she needed. Now she's settled in my lap.
Can you show us the baby?
You want to see the baby?
Yeah, show the viewers the baby. Look at
Show the
that.
listeners. Show the listeners too.
Well, the listeners are shit out of luck. Look at that baby. Look at
Hi,
that
good
little
girl.
baby.
Hi,
Oh.
good girl. What you doing? Hi, yeah. What?
Incredible.
She
This is
wants
good
to-
audio
How
content.
does she just sit
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Well, she's had a long day. She was
Oh.
spayed
She's
today,
drugged.
so she's a little drugged, and
Vodka
Yeah.
on my shorts.
yeah.
Oh,
Brittany-
Britt's joining.
We're off to a
Britt
good
missed
start.
Britt missed the
Hey.
baby.
Well, I guess you got to bring the
What
baby
baby?
back for a
Oh.
second.
What's that?
Throod,
Oh, this baby?
Throod, Throod, my
Hi.
baby.
Tara.
I'm pouring
Britt,
more
hair
guys.
game on point tonight.
I did
What-
buns because I
Yeah.
didn't do anything with my hair when I got out the shower. So
They're excellent.
busy.
You
Thank
did good. You did very
Thank
good. I have a Mexican cola. I do not have an alcohol drink tonight.
No alcohol. I'm drinking alcohol. I'm drinking motherfucking alcohol.
You're welcome to. This is a no judgment zone.
Let's go, baby.
I'm just
What are we all drinking? Except
Derek,
Derek.
this is absolutely a
narc.
fucking judgment zone.
Yeah, but we're only judging
Those
you.
are our rules.
No,
Those
we're
are
only-
like
we're
our
only-
values.
We're only judged by God. all our DMs are judged by God.
What's that line? God could judge me, but his sins
Wait.
outnumber my own.
What are you drinking, Derek?
It's a Jarritos Mexican cola.
I can't roll my
Oh.
R's.
It's good.
It is
I buy
great.
those sometimes.
What do you
They got
mean
them
you
at the little
can't
corner
roll
store.
your R's?
I can't roll my R's
How
straight
can
up.
I roll my R's?
I can't like straight up. Christina,
I can't.
and
I absolutely cannot roll my R's.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, we didn't need confirmation on that.
We're on the air. I had no
Yeah.
idea. I had no idea.
Britt, it's after 9. Of course we're on.
This
I
is a
have
very
not-
chill night tonight. We're gonna
I
talk
have
about
not eaten, guys. I already feel
CJ's
this
gonna
fucking
get
vodka
onto
hit.
some spice.
I need to wake up.
I don't
early
think Britt's
tomorrow.
okay right now.
Yeah.
I can see internal screaming.
This was such a casual conversation. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
It's
This
a
is going to be a
casual night.
very casual
You keep
night. We're
it-
going to talk a little about what we've been playing. We're going to talk some about. We're going to talk a
Other
lot about the games that have come out in the last couple of months, because there's a lot that's come out in the last couple of months, and I think a lot of it has probably gone under people's radars. I had to be reminded of a couple of big releases I was looking forward to and still haven't bought.
Some small releases too. Like there's some
Like,
good shit out there.
Ragnarok.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some real good shit that's come
Yeah,
out.
God,
recently.
God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, that's guys. This little indie game called God
Yeah.
of War Ragnarok
No,
came out
I've heard of this.
a month
I've
ago.
I've heard
A
tell
couple
of this
outlets
shit.
only just getting around to reviewing it.
So, guys, I got to tell you, and I know Derek wants to talk about this. I got to tell you about Chained Echoes, man. Like, Chained Echoes.
Well, let's just jump right the fuck into it, I guess.
Let's fucking do it. I mean, dude, this is a video game podcast after all.
Yeah,
we have
this kind of
video
fits
games to
both
talk
under
about.
like stuff that people may have missed, and also what we've been playing recently, because it's almost the only thing I've played in the last week or so.
So Chained Echoes is an indies JRPG heavily inspired by 16-bit JRPGs like Chrono Trigger and stuff. It's got plenty of Xenogears and Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy 9 stuff in there as well. This game was made over 4 years by one man. One fucking dude made this game. And I think it has what, Derek, like a 94 on Metacritic right now?
I mean, I never look at Metacritic, but yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, I have seen nothing but glowing reviews for this game. I'm about 10 hours in, and this is legit Game of the Year material.
Minor moment of disclosure. I have a my PC copy was provided by the publisher.
Right.
John bought it on his own. I have a
bought it on
review
my
copy. We will be working on a review, but it's going to take some time. The game's kind of beefy, and we only got it a week ago, and I haven't had nearly as much time as I'd like to play it. So
I've been playing it on Switch on the OLED, and damn, those colors pop on the OLED. Man. And
John, like, how does it compare to other? Because I know you're kind of the expert on this. On the other sort of like, with the indie, 16-bit like tributes.
It's the finest indie JRPG I've ever played.
Really better
easily.
than what was the
this
one?
Is better than a lot of. This is better than a lot of my
2020.
favorite actual like classic JRPGs. Frankly,
Okay.
It's extremely good. It's very snappy. It's very quickly paced. Like one of the things you'll notice very quickly when you get it is movement is very fast.
Yep.
Combat. One of the great things about combat is you recover all of your like health and mana basically after every fight. So there's no item management and like resource management in regards to basic moment-to-moment gameplay, but that also means every fight can be tuned to the idea that like you have your full resources at your disposal, but it also means you can just kind of go all out right with your skills because you've got full TP right from the beginning.
I'm playing I'm just replaying the OG FF7 right now. It's the same thing. I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to use a potion here because I might hit a save point, and it just zaps a lot of the fun out of it. So I absolutely love that. The fucking all out every battle. Don't worry about what's coming after.
Well, the other thing, there's no random battles. Just like in Chrono Trigger, every enemy is viewable on the map already and walking around and doing their thing. And the battle system itself, everything takes place in real time, so you just seamlessly transitioned into your battle screen.
Well, okay, the battles are turn-based. Don't say real time.
They are turn-based. What I mean by real time is you run into an enemy and there's no battle transition. You're just there. You're fighting.
Well, there's the telltale skittering behind me of my wife causing chaos. So continue talking about this game for a moment, John.
There's the battle system hinges on the overdrive system. What it is there is this bar up at the very top, and the beginning of the bar is yellow. Then there's a big part that's green, and the very end is red. And the more shit you do, the more you get into the green, which is your overdrive state, where you take less damage and you cause less damage. But if you get into the red, then your party starts to get burned out and you start inflicting less damage and taking more damage. So you need to balance your attacks to stay in the green. And it is such a cool, like, defending will lower your overdrive bar, attacking will raise it, healing will lower it, taking damage will raise it. It is so fucking cool and intuitive. It's one of the coolest battle systems in any game I've ever played. And I'll tell you right now, it is also one of the most gorgeous pixel art games I have ever experienced. Derek and I were talking this morning on the phone about how this game is able to depict a sense of scale that you just generally don't see in games like this. A really good example is within the first hour of the game, you walk out into this balcony in, like, your starting city, and you see just all these tiny pixelated houses going out into the distance. And I was like, oh, that's fucking gorgeous. And it gives you the sense of being in a sprawling city, even though it's just like a 16-bit SNES style JRPG. And there's also giant mechs that you fly called Sky Armors. And in that regard, it's very similar. It's like big Xenogears vibes there. The story's very well written. There was a question in chat, how's the story? The story's very, very well written. The presentation is top notch. The music is incredible. Like legit, this is going to give Live Alive a run for its money for my game of the year. If it keeps up the way it is. Like it's goddamn near flawless. I'm floored at what one person has managed to do.
It's like my fucking mic arm is assaulting me right now. It is astonishing. Like, you think of how crazy it was that Toby Fox did Undertale basically entirely by himself. But Chained Echoes is so much higher tier in terms of the production value of like the sprites, the animation, the music, the scope of the work. Obviously we're going to spend more time playing it before we give our full review, but like this is just good as hell. Also, my wife assaulted me with first a pumpkin pie Kit Kat.
Ew.
And then approximately 14 pumpkin spice Kit Kats.
That's awful.
So I like that you showed us the first one. I like that you showed us the first one, right?
Well, right.
As if you were going to show us something else after, and then you're like, no, here's 14 more. Thank you.
Obviously not. Right.
Yeah, I if you're listening to this podcast right now, I highly recommend, or if you're on the podcast right now, take a minute and just look up Chained Echoes. And tell me it's not one of the most gorgeous pixel art games you have ever seen.
It's John Core.
It is extremely John Core, but it's also extremely Jeff and Brit Core as well.
I'm not a big mech fan.
There's honestly not a lot of mecha stuff. Like it's an old fantasy, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it very like FF6 mechs?
Not
like
really. It's
Brit, there are heavy Final Fantasy 9 vibes in this game.
I was gonna say I see a lot of FF9 and FF12 inspiration in there.
Oh, okay.
It's high fantasy. They just also have like magical armor that is kind of like mechs. But I think it's a thing you're gonna have to unlock later in the game. You get like a brief use of them very early on, and then I haven't seen them since. So
okay.
I'm watching the trailer right now. The font looks too big. Can I make it smaller and like squishier? Like,
absolutely. Just consult Square Enix. They'll help you. I love you, Square.
Yeah, but that's what Chained Echoes is what John and I have been playing.
I've also been playing Crisis Core
the past week. And that's, if the theme of the show is games that have come out in the last couple of months that you are likely to have missed, Chained Echoes, I think, would have gone under a lot of people's radar. And what I'm hoping is that strong word of mouth really carries this long term, because the game deserves some attention. At least that's how I feel at this point, 8 to 10 hours in. We'll see where we're at later.
Just floored at how
I'm going to have to go mic off as I adjust my mic stand, so y'all move on from here.
Jeff, what have you been playing recently?
Oh, man, I've been playing lots of stuff. So I reviewed Crisis Core Reunion. You and Britt were on that one.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
So like, if anyone really wants like a lot of detail on that, you can go listen to our review that's out. But yeah, I loved it. I never played the game before. Obviously people who've been on the show for a while know like Seven's like, for single player Final Fantasy, that's easily my top one. So yeah, I went in very like arms crossed, like, all right, who the fuck's this Zach guy that everyone likes? Like, this guy sucks. And damn, the game won me over. He's like just a wonderful character. He's so much fun. And I said this before, he's like the anti-Cloud, and I like Cloud, but it's just so cool to have like someone so connected to that, but such a different personality, and such a piece of the story that really changes how I kind of view the whole game itself. So and like the game itself, the remaster is just amazing.
It is one of the, it's probably from a visual standpoint, Jeff, the best remaster I've ever seen.
And not just visual, like I think I forgot to mention on the review, but they even did touch up some gameplay stuff, because there's I'm not gonna hold it against the remaster, because this is in the original game. There's a stealth section. Stop putting stealth sections in games that aren't stealth. Stop putting stealth sections in Final Fantasy games. 15 had one as well. But there's a stealth section about halfway through the game, and I had to look up a guide for it because I just couldn't fucking figure it out. But they've added the ability to like, there's some safe zones, and you can crouch behind stuff, which wasn't in the original one. So little things like that just to like take out some of the frustration. But yeah, like other than the visuals, the combat's been improved. Like it's just like top down polish, no crashes, no bugs. It's just almost a flawless remaster. So yeah, like love that one.
I will say, Jeff, and I'm sure Britt will agree with this, I prefer Zach's previous voice actor.
Yes, CJ, what is the TikTok you sent me earlier today?
Yeah, there's because everyone on TikTok's complaining about Zach's current voice. I know nothing about Crisis Core, or Final Fantasy, but his voice, he sounds like the fucking kid who would tell the teacher he had homework like the day before, like or whatever, some bullshit. He sounds fucking annoying as shit.
He sounds like a kid that, like he
He's
sounds
very
like
nasally. He sounds like a narc for sure.
Well, I think that's intentional. I guess they want him to sound more anime, but it seems weird because from what I played of like the 7 remake, everyone sounds a bit more grounded, a bit more realistic.
I think it works better in Crisis Core. Sorry, but go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I think that's why it's such a disappointment, is because all the new voice actors are really, really, really strong in 7 remake, and then you get to Zach and you're just kind of like, huh, that like that voice to me doesn't match up with Zach.
Does he have to mesh with like the 7 remake? Like, does he have to mesh with it? Like it
well, I think like I really liked. I don't know. Like I didn't play the original. I thought his voice actor was awesome. Like for me, it fit the character really well. Like he's kind of like very youthful and like you said, kiddish and energetic, and like that's the vibe I got from the script, at least in this game. I agree. Like,
yeah, but he's still like tough and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like the end of the game is like what I think of, and it's just like scrawny, nasally voice just doesn't fit that for me.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. I didn't like. I thought it was all the way. I thought he carried the end scenes really well, but again, it could just be personal preference too. I agree. I don't think he would like fit, maybe in 7 remake in the more dramatic scenes it'd be weird, but like especially like if you put him up in like the voice direction in like a Naughty Dog Last of Us game, like that stuff would clash. But just given what everyone around him is doing in Crisis Core, it's a very mid 2000s ass script and voice direction. It didn't feel out of place to me, but that's just my experience first time.
The other thing I wanted to point out is that there's actually a moment in the game for like 4 seconds where it just, for whatever reason, switches back to the original Zach's voice actor. Yeah, and then just switches right back to the new one. And and
why?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're playing it on Switch, and forgive me if you talk about this on the review discussion, but how does it compare? Because I noticed that it was like
it runs at 30 frames a second on Switch, and it's at 720p on handheld, and I have not seen a single bit of slowdown. Like it runs great.
It was a mobile. I mean, a
PSP game.
It runs fantastic.
Greatest handheld ever.
But yeah, Britt, there's a moment in the game where he's like, and it's like you can very clearly he switched, and people pointed it out, and it's like, what happened? He just switches back to the old voice actor for 4 seconds and then comes back.
Miss him. He was such a good Zach. I miss him a lot. Like his voice is what I associate Zach with, and it's the same thing with the remake voice actors coming in to do 7. Everybody was leery about it. We were like, how is this going to translate well? Like we're used to the voice actors from Advent Children and Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that, and then like it just you're immediately absorbed in, like every voice fit perfectly, and then you get to Zach and you're just kind of like, okay, I guess so.
I will say, honestly, it's really weird. I've seen a couple of clips, and like it looks like tell me if I'm wrong, the combat's been overhauled, right? Like this does not just play exactly like the PSP game.
There's definitely been some tweaks to the combat.
Okay. But like the cutscenes still have very much the like animation script of a PSP game.
Yeah,
so they'll be like talking, and he will just be like
the animation
voice line.
Yeah, and like the facial animation, it's the same thing. Like it's like really detailed character models. Like the rig hasn't been updated.
Doing so like PSP ass, goofy animations. Yeah,
which is like, that's just the game. It's hard without it being a full-on remake, so I didn't really hold that. But yeah, it's a bit of that, like when you up the quality of everything else, the stuff that's still from 2007 definitely stands out. Yeah.
Well, and Jeff, you loved this enough to where like you were immediately inspired to replay OG Final Fantasy VII.
Well, I mean, I fucking ordered a $300 figure because I love the game so much. So like,
Zach, when I tell you Zach is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters because of Crisis Core, like he's just incredible in it.
It sucks to hear people don't like his VA as much though, because I like get why. it's so jarring. It's just too bad because it's such a good
strokes for different
game
folks.
and such a good remake. Like, it's too bad that that's going to be a thing that maybe like turns some people off it.
I don't think it's going to like if you're turned off just because he doesn't sound exactly like Zach's original voice actor. Like he's still fine. Like I just prefer the other one, but
even then, like I assume Final Fantasy fans are used to like odd voice delivery in their fucking games.
No, all Final Fantasy voice acting delivery is stellar. And
okay, never mind that. I was right. Sorry, Barrett is like the gold standard.
Hey, I do want to ask Jeff. Jeff, would you consider this among your favorite Final Fantasy games now?
No, like
no.
Yeah, it's just I mean, try and go back over. And like as a whole game, I don't think it stands up well on its own. It's like more just a little like a nice little companion piece to 7, but I mean 9 is probably still a better game. Like and just the game itself, like I love the story, especially in the second half, but the game, it's like whatever, the mission structure isn't that great. But like
I will say
for characters, Zach for sure is one of my favorites. And like the parts of the story that tie in with 7, it's definitely top tier for me. But
I will say that if you've never played Final Fantasy 7 or Crisis Core and you want to jump in, play 7 first. Like 100% play 7 first. Otherwise, a lot of this shit's going to be lost. Yet. You're not playing it yet?
No.
Why not?
Well, first off, Jeff, have you been playing anything else?
Yeah. So just go real quick. So yeah, I mean, I finished this one and wanted to replay 7, of course, because now I've got like, different context for things. So yeah, I started that up. I was streaming it the other day. The PS4 version's apparently busted, so don't buy Final Fantasy 7 on PS4. I googled it to make sure it wasn't just me. The music cuts out randomly. It happened 3 times in a 2-hour stream where the music, the background music will just stop. So that sucks. Yeah, I'm playing it on Switch. It's funny going back to it. Well, it's cool going back to it knowing who Zach is now, but it's also funny going back not long after playing Remake. With like the speed boost, the 3 times speed, I got out of Midgar in an hour and 45 minutes. And it's just funny to like cruise through that, like 40 minutes in, like I'm already, the attack on Sector 7's already happening. And like,
is this the first time you played it since Remake came out, or have you played it before?
Yeah, I played it like 4 times. So this is the first time since Remake. So it's,
okay.
But yeah, so I'm playing that. And honestly, I've been playing Fortnite with a couple of friends. And you know what?
Oh, Fortnite with the boys?
Fortnite with the boys.
I've been playing Fortnite. Why don't we play Fortnite together?
We should totally play some Fortnite.
Jeff, I will play Fortnite with you. I have Indiana Jones unlocked. I want to use them.
So what?
That's a fun game.
He's down to play Crab Game.
I'm not gonna play Crab Game. I don't have a fucking laptop.
I had a good time with Crab Game. I think I'd rather play Fortnite. But, I mean, I like it got a bit of attention because I got a big graphics upgrade and stuff, and I'm a bit of a nerd, so I wanted to check out like the ray tracing and visuals and things like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'll play a few rounds, and
it's very pretty.
It's pretty, but it's just like fun. We tried to play a couple of rounds of Warzone because we played the original Warzone years ago, and it's just fucking like the UI is a disaster. It's hard to make sense of anything. Like it's just very busy, and I think Fortnite's got that simpler aesthetic, but like everything was like a little bit more intuitive in terms of like how the mechanics work and things like that. So yeah, gonna keep playing it for a little bit and try and get some cool skins unlocked.
But that's Eric just looks like he's like filming ASMR. Watch me put this mic back together.
Yeah. Like,
wait.
He needs to be talking sexy while he's doing it, though.
What happened to that mic boot? Like that mic arm?
It went flaccid, guys. Like, give it a second, all
right? Derek's muted, or we're not. Okay, got it. Correct. Okay.
We're reading lips now. He said okay.
So I have not played Crisis Core Remake yet because my spouse is playing it right now, and usually like we're just like when it comes to Final Fantasy, we usually buy 2 of each copy day of release, just because we both bought 7 Remake when it like came out, when it dropped, because we knew we didn't want to share, and we wanted to play it as soon as it came out. So that's like the downside of dating a fellow gamer, is it can be expensive. But
just get another copy of it like you normally do. No,
he's playing it. He got it. I used the money that you gifted me. Thank you, John. and put it into our bank account, and he went and bought it. So he's been playing it. And I've been playing Fortnite and Overwatch, and everybody raise a glass to me. I got the platinum in God of War.
Yeah.
It was very, like, I quit because I was like, I suck at this game. I can't beat the Berserker King. I can't do it.
But you did it.
And then I did it.
But you did it.
You got good.
I did it. I got good. I went back in. I platinumed it, so I beat him, and I beat Gna, who is another Valkyrie.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so basically she's like Freya's friend from Vanaheim, and they hate each other. And I won't spoil how
She's one of the girlies.
Valkyrie drama. Valkyrie drama.
And so I was really proud of myself because it's really hard for me when I'm like so depressed and everything to like commit to video games, let alone a platinum trophy. But I love God of War so much, so I literally got every ounce that I could out of that game before putting it away. So I actually I wasn't going to be on the podcast tonight because I wanted to finish it up, and then I finished it up at like 5. So I was like, well, I guess.
Now you don't have an excuse.
You have no fucking excuses anymore now.
No excuse.
And I thought it was because I asked so nicely. Britt.
It was because you guilted me so nicely.
100%. 100%.
So, I've just been playing a lot of multiplayer games. Taking a break from. I think I might play Witcher 3 next.
Got that shit downloaded.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So I think I'm gonna play Witcher 3 next. At least until Zach gets done with Crisis Core. And then I don't know. I know there's something else coming out that I want to. What's coming out in January?
Theater Rhythm, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's is that
Fire
February?
Emblem as well.
Fire Emblem, yeah. God, that looks so fucking good.
Should that be my first Fire Emblem game?
Yeah.
I want to ask that
Probably.
too because
Britt is eternally fucking thirsty. So I cannot believe that she has not played a Fire Emblem game. Like that literally blows my fucking mind.
So I mean, the best Fire Emblem game in recent history is still Awakening on the 3DS, but like, good fucking luck getting a hold of a copy of it and playing it.
That isn't like $100 or whatever.
Awakening is easily my favorite.
That's the one that came with the 2 games, isn't it?
No, that's Fates.
The light and the dark. Oh,
Fates. Fates is probably the worst one.
Whoa.
Oh, is it? I almost started with that too.
Here's the thing: it's not a bad game, but like, I don't need to get into it like too bad right here. But like, it falls short in a lot of the ways it needed to really do better. But Awakening is incredibly good. 3 Houses on Switch is incredibly good. Both very worth your time. And from all the previews, it sounds like Engage is going to be huge. So, yeah, Fire Emblem good.
Well, and I actually was
Fire Emblem unlikely to go unnoticed in a swarm of games. Frankly.
Oh Jesus, no, yeah, like I apparently this is like the best playing Fire Emblem game ever. Like it's I cannot wait to play this thing on the OLED. Like that, like it's so after playing 3 Houses, it's just like 3 Houses. Like I love 3 Houses. Don't get me wrong, but it's so drab. And so like seeing this much color and life injected into a Fire Emblem game.
3 Houses feels safe in some regards.
Well, for a first time like console Fire Emblem.
For a first time like HD console Fire Emblem, right. But then seeing Engage, seeing them being willing to go like full fucking anime and like really blow the color palette out, it's like, good, just embrace it. Fire Emblem's anime. Don't try to be anything else.
This is bringing back the triangle system too, the triangle weapon system. So.
Good.
Like the thing that like turned me off from Fire Emblem is I realized what was that exclusive Xbox 360 JRPG?
Lost Odyssey or
Lost
Blue
Odyssey.
Dragon?
No.
To Blue Dragon?
No.
Blue Dragon's awful.
But not Lost Odyssey either?
You know what, John? No. Blue Dragon is not that bad. All right, like
it was a very like anime game. This is
Eternal Sonata.
Yes, thank you. It was Eternal Sonata. Eternal Sonata.
Oh god, I hate that fucking game. Oh.
And I tried playing it, and I was like, just out of high school, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I like the anime tropes in video games anymore. Like I'm just like I'm over anime tropes in general, and I have been for years, which is why I've kind of like backed up off of anime because I really like unless it has like really good story and is like limited to the tropes, like I'm okay with it. It's kind of why I had to back off of My Hero.
Being an anime fan is suffering because you've got to dig through
It's a full-time
garbage.
job.
That's a big part of why I think Fates is easily the worst because it's the most fucking anime, and like horny in a you're not allowed around other people way, right?
Right.
Not horny in a like Awakening is a little horny, but Awakening is a little horny in the way that like appeals, I think, very heavily to like, do you like every. It's hard to explain. Like Fire Emblem Awakening really tapped into a female audience in a lot of ways. And then Fates was like, what if we let horny anime boys fucking blow into their microphone to cool off waifus? So bad.
It wasn't just Eternal Sonata. It was Tales of Vesperia too. I just couldn't get into that.
Oh,
and
Vesperia's a mixed bag. I like it, but it takes a long time to get to be anything meaningful. Otherwise, it's just trope anime shit. Yeah.
So it's a Tales game, you mean?
Shut up.
Oh,
Finn's not here to defend it.
I mean, am I
Finn
wrong?
abandoned us.
Yeah.
Finn abandoned us.
Poor Finn.
But yeah, so I never really got into Fire Emblem because just the aesthetic looked very anime to me, and I didn't want to fall into the like. I didn't want it to like catch me because it's pretty, and then just be like I'm trying to look up this girl's skirt, you know, like that kind of shit. And,
yeah.
The little ooh woo girl, like I'm not into that shit. And
there's not. Wait, Britt, how did that go again?
ooh woo.
No, okay, all right.
Oh, wow, that last one was powerful, Britt. We're clipping that shit.
Done with this shit already.
Yeah, so
do the cat ears too. The fucking
yeah.
I mean, I kind of got it. Like,
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, Britt, you would like Awakening. You would probably like Three Houses. Words out on Engage. Engage looking pretty anime, but that doesn't have to be bad. No,
it doesn't. And like, I'm not saying I hate like anime tropes. I just hate when it's severely overdone. Like, I just don't like it. And Eternal Sonata was definitely that way.
I'm done with underage girls with titty windows. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, I love a good titty window,
right?
But not for underage.
But
girls.
in minors, right? That's the problem.
Derek,
I heard that sentence. The first thing I heard was titty window, and I was like, wait a minute.
No,
and then I was
recognize.
Oh, wait, no.
Derek, who was big titty girl with a leather strap across her titty? Who was that? I can't remember.
In what?
Gotta be more specific, buddy.
I think she was in Fates. She was in Fates. Purple hair. What the fuck was her name?
Oh, the fucking the big sister on the Conquest side.
Yeah,
right?
that shit. Yeah.
And of course, she's got to be the big sister character, and also
that is Brit bait if I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
shit.
but she's your sister, dude.
It's anime.
That's not. Don't give them that excuse, John.
Also, the same reason why I never got into Persona. Like, I tried to play Persona 3, and I fucking hated my life. That first 2-hour tutorial. Are you kidding me? Out. Done. Don't hate. No. Not.
Keep rolling, Britt. You're doing great.
Somebody, Roaring Art on chat said she's also insufferably horny, and I can't tell if he's talking about the character or Britt.
The character. Oh, because the character's like, oh, little brother / sister, come here. Let me fucking choke you to death with my tits.
Say it.
Everyone's calling Brit out. Like,
I love how we call Brit out, and we constantly give me a pass. I've really cultivated immunity for some reason.
I think about that regularly. Derek flies under the radar.
Derek, I can put the target on your back if you want, buddy.
I'm good.
All right, noted.
Derek's drenched in sweat at PAX West in the fucking little Shinra booth for
fucking-
FF7. Nobody says a word.
Derek, Derek. I'll
learned
never
things,
forget.
man.
I'll never forget. Derek was right next to me for for that, and he just looks at me and he whispers,
I was with Finn.
You were
We've
by
done
yourself.
this before. I was with Finn.
Yeah.
You were by yourself.
No, this happened twice.
Yes, but I wasn't with you when you met them. I was with Finn.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, all right.
I told
see
you
what you're
afterwards.
I see what you're saying. All right, yeah. But no, like the look on Derek's face when he was telling that story, he was like, "Oh no, I learned something new about myself." To be fair, Derek,
Anyway.
like I get it.
What have you been playing, CJ?
The last sip of this fucking
He's
natty
been playing
light
that.
Tell us which
vodka. I didn't
Final
play-
Fantasy
Natty
games
Light
you've been
Strawberry
playing.
Lemonade
I've
Vodka.
been okay, I finished it. It's done. It's the last sip.
Is CJ
No,
hammered?
I'm fucking gone.
There you go, dude.
And
There it is.
Britt, did you see
There
that
it
clip I
is.
sent
No,
you?
no. I'm really insecure that like I'm not speaking any like coherent sentences. So you guys will let me know in the morning. Anyway,
I don't know
before I
what
talk
that's
about-
like to be podcasting while way too under the influence.
yeah. Yeah. Derek and I are usually the most level-headed. Look, before I talk about oh my god, my voice sounds like it does on recording. Before I talk about any games I've been playing, I want to shill for this product. The Hori Split Pad Pro is probably the greatest accessory I bought for any fucking console.
We're not even
Ever.
sponsored.
No, straight up Hori, please, if you want to sponsor us, please.
I might
please,
consider
please.
it. I got big old hands, and
That's
the
the-
Switch
that's the
is
problem.
not easy to hold.
The thing with the Joy-Cons is like they work like in multiplayer stuff and stuff like. But as a controller, they're probably the worst things ever invented by man. Truly, that's saying a lot from Nintendo.
Yeah, the atomic bomb, nothing on Joy-Cons.
Exactly, 100%. The Joy-Cons fucking suck to hold because my hands keep cramping up. These haven't improved like D-pad. The joysticks are great, and the triggers are good for shooters. Because I've been playing a lot of that Western first-person shooter on Switch, Claude Juarez, Gunslinger, I think it's called. Hold up.
Red Dead Redemption I think is what you're
Yeah, I've been playing it on Switch. I'm playing Red Dead 2.
Playing a lot of that Red
Juarez,
Dead Redemption on Switch.
Yeah,
It
on
runs pretty
Switch.
Well.
Yeah, it runs. Yeah, it's solid.
They had to get rid of the horse testicle.
They had to get rid of the horses. They had to get rid of the horses.
Yeah, the Switch couldn't handle
No
the
more
horses.
realistic horse testicle movement physics.
But that the actual like grips are like probably the greatest thing I ever bought for, especially for handheld play. They're impractical to take like on the go and stuff, but overall, like I genuinely love them.
Nobody
I've been
really
playing-
talks about it, but the ergonomics of the basic Switch are fucking awful. That flat
Terrible.
back, like you're like holding it like this, or like it's so bad.
Terrible. I think I don't know. They work well. Like for example, at lunch, at work I always have them my Switch on tabletop mode, and then I use Joy-Cons. They're fine, right? But holding it like a handheld sucks 100%. The two real games I've been playing. Actually, no. Hold up. One other game I've been playing with. I intended to test out like a 2D platformer with those grips. Because the D-pad's better. I tested out like the first level of Super Mario World. Ended up beating it for like again. I played through all of Super Mario World accidentally. Maybe the greatest Mario game ever. I don't know. All I know is I spent like 2 days playing through it.
It is.
I think no, not even 2D Mario. I think the greatest Mario game ever.
It is.
I think because
Wait, what
Odyssey's
game?
pretty
What
cool. Super Mario World. I'm really fucking drunk, guys.
Super Mario World is really good.
No. I think
Is
it's
that
the best.
the one based on the Chris Pratt movie?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I
Yes.
heard of it. I
Yeah.
never
I
heard
didn't
of
like
it. Okay.
that. Just made like me mad. Like I
Yeah,
know you're
it-
joking, but I heard that and I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Chris
Like,
Pratt
You
plays
know in
both-
5 or 10 years that's gonna happen, unironically.
Mario World is like the greatest Mario game ever. I don't know if it's the greatest Super Nintendo game ever. Because Donkey Kong Country 2 exists, but it's good. I played through all of it. And then the actual two things I've been playing, the main things. Dragon Quest Treasures. Shout out to Square for the code. Very, 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 very fun game. Flawed beyond all belief. I'm sure John and I and whoever else is going to join a review discussion on will talk about it more in detail. But I streamed 2 hours of it on the main channel. And
I thought it was longer than that.
I think it was like 2 hours.
Was it only
I
2
think.
hours? I felt like it was
2 and
longer.
change, yeah.
2 hours and change, yeah, like 2 hours and 15 minutes around there. It's good. Like, I don't know if you guys have been following, like, reading my tweets. I've been playing it like every night for like the
Dude,
last
Dragon
week.
Quest is so charming. Every Dragon Quest
No.
game.
Okay, so just to show you,
I can't see your tweets. I was gonna call you.
Oh,
Twitter.
so
CJ,
every
I
night-
can't see your tweets. So you gotta tell me what. how's
every
the
night
game?
I
gotta hear
would
about it.
tweet just about how like I played it for like 5 hours straight afterwards.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I clock out of work at 6, play it till like 12 o'clock at night. It's a really fucking fun game.
What's
It
the-
runs really well on
can
Switch
you-
too.
I watched some of your stream too, and it was maybe too early in the game. Like, can you tell me like what is the game? I haven't been able to figure out like what's the like what do you do? Like, what's the loop?
Two
What's
things.
the hook?
Two things. Fuck you, Jeff, for making me explain this game while I'm fucking like out.
Okay. Walk me through every single mechanic.
And two, so it's basically like an action RPG. I guess, but the main loop of it is your treasure hunting, right? Building up your rank as a treasure hunter. You play as the main character from, or one of the side characters from 11, Eric, and his sister Mia. And you can swap.
Real quick, I don't want to. I hate to interrupt you, CJ, but I just want to thank the Sleepy Phantom in chat who gifted 6 subs to people. Thank you. Wow, outstanding. Thank you. Anyway,
for listeners to the podcast version, I am forming a heart with my hands.
Oh, look at that heart. Okay,
Oh,
CJ,
you're
please
doing it
continue.
wrong.
I'm really drunk, guys.
I know.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Just power through. Power through. Let's
keep
go.
going. Keep going.
Power through.
Baby.
You know, I said in the chat, mean women in tuxedos can do whatever they want to me. Well, Britt, you're not wearing a tuxedo, so you don't get to be mean to me.
Those aren't fucking tuxedos, you fucking
Whatever.
Well, Brit's mean to me regardless. Doesn't matter what she's wearing.
Turks do not wear fucking tuxes.
Should I leave?
Look, John, basement. Let me tell you, John, basement folk do not know the fucking difference between a suit and a tuxedo.
John,
all right?
do I look like somebody who has
I don't know what you
ever
guys are doing
worn?
upstairs.
Are you serious? A fucking suit has a goddamn regular tie, and a tux has a fucking bow tie.
No,
What?
hold on,
Yes!
stop, because the tie
You
is
fucking
not a
weirdos.
part of a tuxedo. You can have a tie, a regular tie with a tuxedo. I love how John confidently told me I was wrong, which I probably am,
You're all
and
wrong.
then
Those
told me I
aren't
was
fucking
wrong
tuxes.
for the wrong
Those
reason.
are not fucking tuxes.
They're probably
I'm
not, but it has nothing to
peasant.
do with bow ties.
I'm always
peasant.
gonna side with the gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I fucking stand on my own. I don't need your fucking support. Those aren't tuxes. Those are suits.
We're more fired up about these fucking suits than any of the
Bow
games we've been
ties or
talking about.
neckties, which is
Dragon
better for
Quest
your
Treasures
tuxedo?
Is an exceptional RPG. I think the best way to describe it is it's like if a PS2 or GameCube era Square game got released today with like no patches at all. Right back then they couldn't release any fucking patches or anything.
CJ,
Yes.
who's your favorite character?
In that game, two things. Hold up, Britt. One, fuck you for asking for any fucking details about this game.
Wow.
Oh my god. You know what?
Two,
Oh, wow.
She'll be back.
I will wait. I'll wait. We're gonna sit here in
This is
silence.
gonna be good content.
We're gonna sit here in silence until she comes back. Britt,
I'm here.
Britt, you're listening?
Britt, I take it back. You're allowed to be mean to me, if that makes you feel better.
Britt, you're not allowed to
I'm
be
not
mean
trying
to
to be mean.
You
That's-
called me a dog. I don't like that.
She's
I
trying to
don't
be
like
mean to you.
My favorite
I did
character in
do
the game
that.
is Mia. I've been playing as Mia. So of the two siblings, Eric and Mia, I've been playing as Mia for no other reason. I just don't know why I chose her specifically. But she's been my main throughout the entire game. It's fun. The main loop is you go around these like different areas, you find treasure, you level up, and you find specific artifacts. I don't want to talk about too much because I think tomorrow we're gonna talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
John,
We'll do a review, yeah.
Yes.
yeah, we'll do a full review. I'm like 20-ish hours into it. I recorded some footage last night.
I'm glad you like this, CJ. Like I was hoping you would.
So Dragon Quest, as far as like the big Square Enix like RPGs, is the only one that interested me, right? Because it has like the really nice art style. It has the most traditional gameplay of any of the big RPGs. Because I think one of the main problems I have with a lot of Final Fantasy stuff is like the ATB stuff. I can't really comprehend as much as a simple, menu, attack, magic.
That's what I love. Sorry, CJ, but that's like you mentioned it like a PS2 game, and that's on our Harvestella review, which is also a Square Enix game. Funny enough, they released a shitload. Same thing I said.
It's
Like,
almost like we're Square Enix content creators.
but it's like the
They
same
release
thing. Like
so
I love not being overwhelmed by like 1,000 different fucking sub menus and skill trees, and like I love that simple like basic ass.
Oh, because it's so again, like it really does feel like this is something it should have released back in like the GameCube era, right? Like this feels like it would have released fine with what's the big like multiplayer Final Fantasy game they released on the GameCube?
Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah.
This could have existed right there. Even the flaws feel like something like GameCube style oversights that they didn't think of, right? I love it. I think it's fun. I wouldn't have put this much time if I didn't like love it, right?
No, I know you, and I am so glad you liked it. I was really hoping you
now
would.
we gotta get you
In
play like
my-
Dragon Quest Heroes and Dragon Quest
No.
Builders.
That's the thing I want to play. I want my
Builders is great.
Builders
So
and
my
Builders 2 are
goal-
excellent.
my goal. Hold up, I'm gonna show you guys because I ended up buying.
Oh, CJ, is that the Switch with the Hori with the Hori Joy-Con?
So the Hori pads,
Split
yes,
pad,
okay.
yeah.
So I bought Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 from the eShop. So my goal now, once I finish Builders, I'm gonna play 11 once in like the 3D mode, all entirety. I only played like 5 hours of it on Xbox. I'm gonna play 1. I'm gonna play 2. I'm gonna play 3. Then we'll go back and play 11 in 2D mode, and then I'm gonna find some way. Because John, you gave me a Vita. I'm gonna download all the SNES ones.
You have so much to catch up on that Vita.
I know. Trust me. I in my drunken state now, I want to nominate myself to be the dedicated Dragon Quest guy as far as spin-offs and like
Dragon Quest guy. We'll get you some cards.
Look,
that's actually a really good idea.
I'm so dedicated to the Toriyama art style. I have the French version of the Dragon Quest manga. I have these stickers I bought. Hold up, I'm drunk and I can't pick them up. Of these like Dragon Ball Z fucking stickers I bought at Five Below. I'm gonna nominate myself as the Dragon Quest guy. I do, Derek. You said I want to play Builders. I want to play Heroes, especially those seem more like my jam because they're not like traditional JRPGs.
Yeah. Builders
Honestly,
is just like
Dragon Quest 11 it's a JRPG, but it has a lot of modern like quality of life stuff. Like,
well, the thing is, it seems like the kind of game I would want to play just because it's a super simple RPG, right? It's like, oh, you go through menus and stuff like that. That's why I love Persona 5 so much, right? Or from what I played of it, where it's just like, no, you select your action, that's it, you're done. No timing based stuff, no weird menus you gotta kind of navigate through to attack. And things like that. So Dragon Quest feels like a game tailor made for someone like me who who doesn't necessarily respond well to JRPGs, but responds well to older games, if that makes sense.
It's like you love the retro stylings. You just don't like a lot of the fucking mid-generation JRPGs where shit got experimental and weird. And was mostly strung together by being anime.
So that's the thing. That's why I can't get into Chrono Trigger or I can't get into like FF6 as much because they have, I think, too much in that like weird mid period, right? I have the original version of Final Fantasy 7 on my Switch, but I can't get into it because I think the combat's too complex for me to kind of get into, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry if it's just too much for you, CJ.
100%, baby.
Yo, man, you should get into Final Fantasy 14 when you level up. By the end, you've only got like fucking like 50 abilities with 10 cooldowns.
Absolutely.
There's like 8 different rotations.
Meter management.
Super simple.
As I was playing the 7 remake, I'm thinking, damn, am I gonna get into fucking 14 now? Because I want to fucking try this series out.
Oh hell yeah, CJ!
If you don't like complexity and systems, you will fucking die, man. You will fucking not make it.
That's just gonna give CJ a seizure.
I thought you were gonna say, Jeff. Oh, when you're sober, play fucking Final Fantasy 14.
No, you need to stay away from that game, man. You'll never touch another.
I kind of want to play it because I don't have that one game. I think I talked about last time. I don't have that one game I play. And Call of Duty is the closest one. And then the other game I've been playing, because I want to shout it out specifically, I got a review code for Little Gator game.
I was waiting for you to talk about that.
Oh my god! So, one of my favorite games of all time is Conquer Live and Reloaded, which is a remake of Conquer's Bad Fur Day, which is like
literally called Little Gator Game.
Wait, what? Yeah, it's literally called it.
It's literally called Little Gator Game.
It's published by Team 17, the developers of Yuka and Laylee. So one of my favorite games of all time, Conquer Live and Reloaded remake of Conquer's Bad Fur Day, is like probably the funniest fucking game ever made because it's a very meta approach to 3D platformers. So then this game feels like the most meta approach to something like Breath of the Wild or any modern AAA like action RPG. It is the most precious and perfect game I've ever played in like the longest time because it makes fun of everything from the stamina system Breath of the Wild to fetch quest to everything. And it also kind of made me re-examine my relationship to like my own childhood and to like the video games I played. It's wonderful. It is like absolutely wonderful. Hold up. Very drunk. But I love it. I love it. I recommend it if you guys love like open-ended sort of like action RPG. Shit. If you guys love action-ended like RPGs or open world games, Jeff, please don't laugh. If you love like open world, like I don't want to like say too much because I don't want to spoil like the experience of it. Like there's one joke that really got a chuckle out of me. Hold up, who was it? There's that new game out now called High on Life, right? That fucking Justin Roiland game where they kind of like point out, oh, here's the flaw with AAA games, but then they kind of commit the sin of those big AAA games. This game is like, this game does the same, but they kind of remedy it by streamlining it. So they're like, oh, here's a big fetch quest, and the fetch quest is like right around the corner where you can finish it in like under a minute, which I love. I love. They make fun of the stamina system Breath of the Wild. They make fun of the climbing system Breath of the Wild. It's probably the best parody of a video game I played since Conker's like Live and Reloaded, which I love. But it also kind of talks about how, you know, that feeling when you're a young kid and you don't necessarily understand what it's like to grow up or what it's like to have responsibilities. I love it. I think it's one of the greatest games I played this year, which I feel bad for Finn because I know he's doing all the graphics for our big game of the year stuff. So I gotta go back and rearrange that list because I gotta account for both Dragon Quest Treasures and Little Gamer Game. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. I recommend everyone go check it out. I was expecting more of a traditional 3D platformer, but it's more of like an open world action adventure game. I 100% recommend it. John, I think it's in your alley for sure. 100%. If you want something very breezy, very like lighthearted in that regard.
I would. The problem is, CJ, is that there are so many fucking games right now. Like I just finished Crisis Core. I'm knee deep in Chained Echoes. I've got Dragon Quest Treasures to play after that. Like I'll definitely check it out. Just the issue is that there are.
Oh wait, hold up.
Games.
So they're not sponsored. We're not sponsoring us, but it's on sale right now if you buy it. Like I think it's like what normally $14, $15. I'm not gonna check my Switch, but it's really cheap right now if you like buy it. I think it's like at like $13. It's a super chill, laid back game.
Guys,
go buy it.
If I don't talk about this,
you're gonna interrupt. You're gonna fucking interrupt our actual that we have more to talk about, just so you can say that the fucking Pixel remasters got rated on the ESRB. I know we can't keep doing this, John.
Here's what I'm gonna do, John.
We
John,
can't do this,
John. Look, listen. I'm gonna tell you this because I'm drunk right now and I won't regret a single thing.
You don't regret a goddamn thing. Do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll play these fucking games if you just mellow out. Just 100%. Just mellow out on them. Fucking talk about.
I will talk about it because these games are really important to me.
We're gonna have to let John for 5 to 8 minutes.
And we call
just
this
talk
episode
uninterrupted about the Pixel remasters that he's had and played on his Steam Deck, getting announced for Switch.
Oh, wait, hold up, John.
And then,
Derek.
Then we're going to go back to the topic we were already on. Derek,
before I say anything, I don't want me to interrupt you because I'm already forgetting everything I talked about. And John, I apologize. Okay, 100%. I'm going to be the fucking Dragon Quest guy. I hope you're honored in knowing this. 100%. I will play every single Dragon Quest that is not available already on the fucking Vita you gifted me, which is up there, because I can't. Except for the 3DS ones, I have to track down. I think I have a 3DS somewhere buried deep in here. I'm going to play the 2 games that are available at my work that I can rent. I think they are. What's the first one that was released on PS1? 7, right?
7 is the first one on PS1.
Okay, so I'm gonna play that one for 100% sure.
In fact, actually, 7 is the only one on PS1.
Yes, and then that one's on
in the US
3DS.
Anyway.
That one's on 3DS. That and 8 are on 3DS, just for you because I love you. I know you love JRPGs. I'm gonna track down those games. I'm gonna play all those on DS. I'm gonna play all the Super Nintendo ones once I'm sober enough to figure out how to download Super Nintendo games. You're
not gonna remember any of this shit.
Oh, 100%. No, actually, like I said, I bought 1, 2, and 3 on Switch. So my goal now, I'm gonna play Dragon Quest. I'm gonna be the Dragon Quest guy for SDGC.
DJ's
Right.
just gonna stumble to the fucking games thrift shop like in an hour and wake up tomorrow morning in a sea of like fucking Dragon
He's
Quest
not
parts.
you at John's house at 2 a.m. saying, I'm going to go walk
I
to
want some
McDonald's.
fucking nuggets. I want some McNuggets.
Jeff, I gotta tell you, man, this is not Canada. You can't be fucking walking around in America at 2 in the morning.
Jeff,
these people have guns, dude.
He's a white male. He's fine.
It's America.
I can walk to McDonald's right now. All right, I bet you $500 I can go and get some McNuggets right now.
Go.
All right.
Chase your dreams, CJ.
Speaking of them, there being way too many games out lately. What are some games that have come out that you want to play but you just haven't had time for or haven't got around to yet?
I got a few of these.
I do too. Go ahead.
So here's the problem, right? Is fucking Callisto Protocol and Midnight Suns dropped on the same day.
Right.
And Callisto Protocol's PC port was a mess at first. So I was like, well, this is great. I will play Midnight Suns, which is a like stealth contender for my game of the year list, honestly. I'm really
You're playing it now?
Well, not anymore because Chained Echoes dropped and we've got to review it. So that's the other thing is like now that's on hold as I do this review for Chained Echoes, which is a really good game that I probably would have missed if not for this review code opportunity. But like that means that Midnight Suns is on hold, which means that Callisto Protocol's double on hold. And I haven't even bought Need for Speed. God damn it. Like,
oh, dude. Okay, I submitted my review for Unbound. Unbound is like top 3 of the year for me. Like Criterion is back and it hurts me so much that this game probably bombed because it's already on sale and that they're gonna fucking be trapped doing fucking Battlefield support for the next
God damn it, no.
But it's so good.
I'm buying it right now to support them. Please don't.
What's his like? He was Anthony was on our show a couple like months ago, and he was asking about the game because it was on sale. And I told him, dude, it's like my second favorite racing game of the year. It's like a perfect representation of what makes Criterion great. Oh, Derek, to your like sort of like, and you'll understand this. It's like the best marriage of like the more technical stuff from like Need for Speed, but also like the really weird wackiness of like Burnout, like combined. It's so good. It's so good.
Need for Speed has needed to feel more like Burnout for a while.
But like, because it feels like Burnout, but it also has realistic cars, which is all I wanted, right?
Yeah, it has cars. It has real cars. You're not driving the fucking Palomino 47 or whatever. Exactly. Like
it's like because like I'm less a racing game guy more than I am I recognize that car guy in a game. So I guess like GT7 is like
Honda
the perfect
Civic.
game for me.
Like,
I can fucking fit in a Miata in a video game. You gotta play Unbound. Trust me. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but yes, please.
No, you're good. Jeff, what about you? What have you not been able to play yet, if anything?
Yeah, I'm a bad pick. I mean, I've been struggling to all year. I was struggling to find games to play, and it does seem like there's quite a bit. I guess it's not really recent, but you know what? I don't have a good pick. Why don't we just go to someone else?
All right, John, you're up.
Ignore me.
Well, to be honest with you, there isn't really
First, pass over my baby, and then you can go.
No.
Okay.
No. I will literally. I mean, Britt, you're welcome to come and try and take her.
Okay.
She's like, no, I want no. Well, maybe she's not so bad.
Britt's okay.
But she is so sleepy right now. There's really. Do you guys hear her?
No.
She's making little happy noises. There's really not a whole lot out right now that I haven't played or that I want to play that I haven't been able to play. Dragon Quest Treasures, I haven't played that yet and I really want it, but I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done with Chained Echoes.
So quick thing, John, I don't know if you'd be into it just because this loop is so.
No, so I played like an hour of it. This is my shit. Like, I mean, it's Dragon Quest. Like, dude, I love Dragon. I love Dragon Quest almost anything. So
we're gonna have a good podcast then. Fuck.
In fact, I'm gonna play a few hours before we record just so I've got more to go on.
Oh fuck yeah!
But no, dude, Dragon Quest, dude, it's Dragon Quest. I'm fucking all over this shit. shit that's come out that I want to play and haven't been able to play yet. I can tell you something that's out that I was excited to play but decided not to, which is Callisto Protocol. Simply because it got pretty mid reviews, and honestly, there are so many games out right now that I want to play, that I truly want to play, that I just don't want to spend $60 on something that I'm no longer as excited about as I was before.
Right. It's a wait till it goes out. Yeah, I was the same way. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till that goes out. I'll play Dead Space. I'll save for the Dead Space remasters.
Yeah, like I'm so much more like I was already more excited about Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 remake anyway. So like I don't consider that like it's not like a huge loss or anything. Other game I can't really think, but like here's the issue though, is like there are so many games that have come out in the past 6 months that like they're becoming like a blur in my fucking mind. Oh, I've got one for you. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because I will not play that shit.
That's fine. No.
Britt, I will not play it until they patch it.
Oh, they're not patching that shit. That shit sold way too much for them.
It's already had one patch that did a lot for performance.
John, to interrupt you,
I guess.
I'm so bummed I gotta fucking play a raid to unlock Charizard. I'm not doing that shit.
Well, I'm like, there is no like, we have all given Game Freak a pass for this shit too many times.
Oh, for sure.
And I will not put another hour into Scarlet and Violet until they up their fucking game and actually put out a game that runs well. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to give them any more. I'm not going to play any more Scarlet and Violet until they fix it. I'm not going to play another Pokemon game until they actually start putting out games that run well, or at least at a consistent 30 frames a second, which we know. Like, you've got a game that looks like Mario Odyssey that runs at a
fucking Xenoblade, dude.
Like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 runs just fine.
Well, it's not even runs fine. It like looks like a modern game, right?
Yeah. So there is no fucking excuse for.
So like even Dragon Quest Treasures, like it looks like good, and its frame rate spotty.
Look at Crisis Core.
Yes.
Like
That's a fucking PS5 and Xbox Series game. Come on.
Yeah, and you're telling me that shit is running like Scarlet and Violet is running worse on Switch than a game that's also on PS5? Like, come on. And so I'm done putting time into that shit until they fix it or put out a product that works properly at launch. Like, we can excuse a game with launch issues as long as it's not a pattern going back fucking years and years, right? And I'm sorry to harp on it so much, but I'm legitimately upset.
I mean, like, games are expensive, right, John? And we talk like it's not a big deal to some people. The fact is, like, when a game is for sale for like $70 or whatever they cost now, like, you have an expectation that it's fine if it doesn't bother some people, but like it should at least be like, it's like if you went to a movie theater
playable
and the projector was broken and like every other frame was missing or the picture was fuzzy on the movie screen at the front, you'd be pretty pissed and you want.
Oh, you mean going to the movies? Yeah,
true. That's why I don't go.
I just I'm done. And like I see people say, like, I said something about it online and people got mad at me, and it's like, dude, if you enjoy it, enjoy it. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you that your feelings on the game aren't valid.
Definitely, but it's unacceptable. Like, what, sub 30 frames for moving your camera around? Like, come on.
I mean, I have said it numerous, and like all the glitch, like that. What's that one glitch where your character all of a sudden becomes fucking Reed Richards from Fantastic Four? And did you see that shit? Did you see that?
Everybody
did. The camera is like unusable because like it goes through the fucking environment.
Like, it's wild. And it's like, guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, you can love this shit, but the things we love won't get better unless we criticize them. They just won't. And not to bring up the Pixel remaster, like, you guys are tired of hearing about the Pixel remaster, but they're going to launch on Switch with a better font, and they wouldn't unless people complained about it over and over and over. And it's the same thing with stuff like this. If you don't complain about things, nothing is going to get done. Nothing. And I don't understand this attitude that we can't, like, this thing I love is beyond criticism. No, it's not. Like, it can be better, and it should be better. That's the thing is, right? Like, everybody who loves Scarlet and Violet deserve a game that runs so much better than it does. And I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox about it, but like, I hadn't really like put my thoughts out there about this, which is why I'm so vocal about it right now. But like, I spent $60 in this game, and it was a game I was deeply excited about since its reveal, and I as a consumer deserve better.
I'm probably like in the middle on that because, yeah, the game's a mess, but like, it's creatively, it's everything I've wanted Pokemon to be for a long time. So it's like the perfect Pokemon game, and the monkey's paw curled, right? Because we got what feels like the perfect Pokemon game to me, in so many ways, and it just runs like shit. But like,
yeah,
I'll put up with it. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be better, but like, fuck, man. Once I'm done with the other 18,000 fucking games, like, Pokemon's in that list. I've got to find time for it.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is that like I think a lot of people are just kind of finding like and playing things that make them happy, so they're willing to like deal with these things.
Yeah.
That's not to shit on anything you're saying, John, because you're absolutely right.
No, I know.
But I think like a lot of people are just like giving it a pass because it is like something a lot of people grew up with, and it's like their home, it's their warmth, it's it's what they go back to, and it just all kind of like boils back to conversations we've had about companies that are just not great right now. It's just you gotta be intentional with your spending, and understand that if you're supporting something like that, you're basically supporting the launch of broken games, which sucks. So like I'm with Derek. I'm in the middle. It's like, do I wish it was better? Yeah. Like after playing Arceus, I really loved that game. But it looked like shit. It ran all right, but it just fucking looked awful.
It looked so bad.
And I was like, okay, well, hopefully they can have this format and like at least expand on it in a new Pokemon game, right? And like make it look better, make it run better. And it was just like when all of that shit started like coming out that like Pokemon doesn't run great, like I was just like, really? Like, can you not get anything like right, at least mostly right on a Pokemon game on a Pokemon launch? Like, it's just frustrating. So I get what you're saying, because I haven't really played it or sunk time into it just because of it went to the back of my list because of all the problems. Yep. Had it had run amazing from the start, I probably would have shelved God of War a lot faster.
That's a great way to put it, because I think it likewise it fell lower on my list because of the issues, and I'll get to it, but there's other stuff that's coming first.
Right,
now.
Exactly. Like
same here.
The priority, it's like it's low priority just because it's not great. Like, so that's where I'm at.
I'm willing to oh, sorry, go ahead, John.
No, CJ, go.
Like, I'm willing to replay Persona 5, a game I put 70 hours into on PS4 before losing like that save file. I'm willing to replay all that before Pokemon Scarlet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that says a lot, right? Like, Pokemon is like, and I bought it at launch. It's like my first mainline Pokemon game. I enjoyed a good chunk of it, but I'd much rather replay a game I've already played a good amount of before touching it. That has to say a lot, right?
Right. And like Derek said, like, he really enjoyed the format of the game because he's been a lifelong Pokemon fan and wanted better from the beginning. And this was kind of like a eureka moment. And then of course all the glitches came. So I think a lot of people are in the same boat. If you didn't grow up with the series, it's probably not going to affect you as much as it does like a big Pokemon fan. Of course, this is all from speculation. I've only played like the first hour of the game, so.
No, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, like, as someone who kind of likes Pokemon from a distance, like I played Red and Blue when I was a little kid, and that was about it. And then I got really into Let's Go, and Pokemon Go because like it was like the 150 original Pokemon again, and Let's Go was like a remake of Red and Blue or Yellow or whatever. But like
Let's Go
was so good, but like I love
a
lot of things. Like I love the idea of Pokemon, but when I've tried to get into the games recently, as someone like whatever, I'm a bit of a snob, but just like it's harder. I do have a little bit more trouble playing games that don't run you know, I've got a 75-inch TV. I don't play portable. So like things need to look decent. And it does impact, like when I'm trying to immerse myself in like a world, it doesn't need to be photorealistic. It just needs to like have a little bit of detail and like sell me on the world and the characters and stuff like that. And I really want to get into Pokemon, but it just every release, I'm like, all right, this just isn't quite the right one for me. And like if they were just like a little bit of polish on them.
Absolutely. It's okay to have standards and
yeah.
like, you know, values in games if you're going to be spending money on it. And I think like, you know, that's what it comes down to is like, as a company, you like, yeah, it made bank. It made a lot of money. It's probably it's the most sold game on DS right now, or DS. Fuck, what am I? 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's
Switch,
made,
yeah.
It made a lot of sales on Switch. And I'll kind of relate this to like Death Stranding, right? Like I've always wanted to get into a Kojima game, but I never played MGS. And when the Death Stranding trailer came out, like I really want to hop into a Kojima game because everybody loves him. You know, my boyfriend Jeff fucking loves him. And it just wasn't like all the trailers I kept seeing as I was like, I don't know what's happening. And like I get that people who have played Kojima games like MGS and everything love this shit and they knew what to expect. But as a new person trying to get into like his new studio and his new series, like it just felt very off-putting. Like I was not interested. Like I was already put off from Kojima games because of how he treats women in video games. But like with this new game, I was like willing to give it a new shot. He had his own company. Like I wanted to support him. And I just couldn't get behind his trailers. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know what the story was going to be, you know? And I was like, I'm not going to shell out money for a game I don't know I'm going to like because there's no, like, it was just puzzles and, like, you know, Kojima trailers. Like, I tried to be edgy, right? So, like, circling it all back around, like, I get what you mean, like, by being a new person wanting to hop into a new series and just not, like... Mm-hmm. Not there being no like good jump off point, you know.
That's why I love when series, whether it's like games or film, like you know, even a long running stuff that has a big fan base. Like I love when they offer an olive branch to new people. Like you know, that's what God of War did with 2018. It's like
exactly that's why I love God of War.
And it's not getting like it's not dismissing the legacy. It's not like shitting on the old fans.
No, it actively
like,
includes it into.
Yeah, here's your chance. Get into it, and it's okay. And yeah, exactly.
I also want to promise you that you didn't miss anything with Death Stranding if those are your usual problems with Kojima.
I mean, you missed the piss grenades.
You missed the lactation fetish character literally named Mama, but...
Why? See, this is where I stand. Like, why do we support somebody who, like, obviously, like... demoralizes women? Like it's just like if you like that stuff, fine. If you
Derek told me about that because I haven't played it. Derek told me about the breast milk fetish shit, and like
I played it and I don't remember that, but I'm not going to say it didn't happen.
It's the lady with the ghost baby.
I remember Mama.
She still lactates for Ghost Baby.
Oh hell yeah, Death Stranding, baby, let's fucking go. Death Stranding.
CJ's like lactating for Ghost Baby. I know exactly what game we're talking about.
Margaret Qualley, fucking gorgeous actress. I love her so much. I'll call her Mama.
So does Kojima, clearly.
100%. That dude has some Oedipus Sophia.
Yeah, because every woman in a Kojima game is either a wife, is either a potential wife or a potential mom.
Yeah.
Those are the two genders of woman. Like
even for like the final boss fight with the boss, she had to like unzip the front of her stealth suit.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And it's like okay, like she's
your mom wife. Yeah,
she's like, here's my C-section scar and also my incredible cleavage. And
hey, at least it's not like queer people who only exist to either be sexual predators or sexual predators.
You can say Persona 5, Derek. It's fine.
or just in for that like little like cash grab, like in Star Wars Rise of the Jedi, when like it was just that couple kissing and like
it's okay. China could cut that 3-second shot from its version.
Right.
Or like how every Disney movie. Every Disney movie has the first gay character in it, 100%.
As a disapproving slug looks on.
Anyway, live slug reaction. Anyway.
So I think that's...
my balls.
Yeah, slug my balls.
my family's really like. I went out for a second to say hi to everyone. They're all disapproving of me being so fucking hammered right now. I'm happy to be back.
I approve it.
I approve it. As the usual resident drunk on this podcast, I approve it.
Am I
Me-
the
me
resident
and
drunk
Jeff.
or is you?
We're like tied for that.
I'm
But
glad
yeah,
we're
so-
once again going to
Jeff,
give Derek a
rank-
pass for the exact same shit at all
Derek,
times.
Never, so like
Hold up.
you were
Derek,
high, like super high once.
Derek,
I've
you
been
passed 'cause I
wasted on
told you.
many
Derek,
podcasts.
I think my only
Derek.
explanation is I think you just sell it really well, or
That's
you-
possible
The
Yes.
funniest motherfucker
because I'm drunk a
in the
lot
world,
on
man.
this show.
Derek, you're the funniest motherfucker alive. I love you.
Yeah,
You can
thanks.
go
It's
with anything.
like I said in the messages. It's drama.
I love you, man. Derek,
Yeah.
I love you. 100%, man.
Love you back, bud.
You fucking guys.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
guys.
listen. the
Hell
one
yeah,
game-
brother.
The one game I haven't gotten around to, Callisto looks like it looks less like my shit than normally because I don't like survival horror games that much. But I think Kotaku compared it to Death Stranding, so I kind of got to play it now. And then the other one, it came out today, River City Girls 2. Maybe my most anticipated.
Yeah,
Oh,
River City
yeah.
Girls. Has anybody played that yet?
So the first game, one of my favorite games of the year, came out. Exceptional brawler, because it had all like these really cool open world and like RPG elements. Now the second game's already shot to the top, to the point where sorry Finn, if you're listening, I gotta fucking rearrange my game of the year list before you make whatever fucking graphic you gotta make, because I'm so fucking hyped for it. That's probably the only other thing I'm missing for this year that I really want to play. I'm not gonna go back and play Ragnarok. I'm not gonna finish Elden Ring. What else? I'm not gonna start Horizon. I'm not gonna. What else is there released this year? There's like so much. I'm not gonna finish Stray. I already watched someone play that game for like 2 hours. I'm good. I think
You know
my
what's
list
crazy?
Mhm.
Tactics Ogre got a fucking incredible like genre defining remake,
Oh, so fucking good.
and we didn't have time to spend on it, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's
Yeah.
not just
I
a
will buy
remaster,
that
but a
game.
rebalance of every aspect of that game to
is
make it
the-
more up to par. It just
John,
happened.
let me tell you,
Oh.
I downloaded a Game Boy Advance emulator on my phone in my freshman year of college, and I played through all of FF Tactics GBA that year.
You
Yeah.
played the wrong one.
I know.
It's not a wrong one. It's okay.
I liked it. I like the framing device of like, oh, it's a kid playing, basically being transported to Final Fantasy. I will play Tactics Ogre just for you. Just for you.
It
I
is
finally-
extremely difficult.
The old
I
days when
finally
children.
thought of a
So
few.
is this podcast done while drunk, John. It's fine. I can
That's
do it.
true.
I
saying,
finally
Jeff?
thought of a few games I haven't played yet. That I
Oh,
wanted
let's
to.
hear
They're
them,
not. They're not like recent releases, I guess. I still haven't played Stray, which I really want to play because it's like
It's
a lot
fun.
of things I want out of games. It's not combat focused. It's it's a decent length. It's not 30 hours.
Yeah.
And stuff. But I don't know. I think I talked about it in the Discord a lot. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. Christine doesn't play a lot of games, and I was like, oh, you like crazy cat lady, you should like play this game. We only got 5 minutes in, but our cat Luna just like lost her mind. Like, she just follows us all around, and it's impossible not to. And we had it up on the screen, and she thought the cats were real, and she thought they were in the house. So immediately she went for the TV and started attacking it. And I don't want her to scratch up our new TV, so I shut it off. I'm not joking. I felt bad for like the whole night, like probably 4 or 5 hours after that. Her hair was up. She was like just like in the ready stand. She was like, I don't know if you've seen Zoolander, where, like, the files
ready
are
to
in the
fucking
computer,
go.
but she thought that cats were in the TV. She was like behind it. She was sniffing it. She was like
you
upstairs. She
yell
was
at her?
hunting through the whole house.
Did you yell at her like you did at Extra Life? Like,
Yeah.
No.
But it's hard because I can't shut her out of the basement, which is where all my gaming stuff is, because her litter box is down here. So I don't know when I'll be able to play that game. I have to find a way to. So that's one I really want to get to eventually when I find a way to.
You finally thought of one now. I see how it is.
Yeah, and
you gotta wait for a man to ask you and talk.
Oh my God,
Brit-
it's
Brit
not
makes a
like
good
that.
point.
It's not
She
like
makes a
that.
good point.
Listen, I don't stand for two things: racism or misogyny. Britt, I'm on your side. Jeff,
You know what? That's same,
on you.
CJ.
Oh.
Fucking same. I get
Same.
you.
But Britt, you called me a dog in the DMs. I don't like that. That's somehow racist. I'm gonna call
Holy
it right
shit.
now. I'm gonna call it right now.
And I'm just gonna keep going.
Derek,
'cause
you're right. You're right
this
to
is,
back out of this conversation.
let's
The
take
gay
this
let me
podcast
down.
home.
My Spotify, I'm in the top 1% of listeners of women. Am I right?
The other one, you guys already mentioned it, but yeah, Need for Speed Unbound for sure. I definitely want to try it. My problem is like I get really into a racing game, so I was checking because like the PlayStation wrap up thing just came out with like your year summary. I put 225 hours into Gran Turismo 7. That was 50% of all my
Jeff.
gaming.
Is that like without spoiling? Is that like your game of the year? Or so far, like
I mean, it's up there for sure. Obviously, I wouldn't put that much time into, but like my thing is, yeah, like I get so much into racing games, but then I also get like, I'm good. I don't want to see a fucking like steering wheel for another 6 months or so. And I purposely didn't play Forza Horizon 5 when it came out because I knew Gran Turismo 7 was coming out. And now I've had enough time, but now I'm like torn. I'm like, do I go back to Forza Horizon 5, which everyone loved, or do I check out Need for Speed Unbound? My problem with Horizon is like after I played 4, because I played 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm like, they're really well made games, but I'm like, I'm surprised I'm the only one out here who's like, it's time to shake up the formula a bit. Like they're feeling
okay. No, Jeff, I agree with you because like 5 is an exceptional game.
Yeah,
100%. I think it's like maybe the best console exclusive of 2021 in my opinion. 100%. I loved it. I put in a lot of time. I was like, I played it like obsessively during launch. I think I like it more than Halo Infinite as far as like
That's
Xbox exclusives. But Need for Speed, it's basically a truncated version of Forza. No Toyota, which sucks, but the visual style kind of sets it apart. 100%. There's no cockpit view. The difficulty is like kind of unfair at times, but I think it sets itself more apart because of like the Criterion stuff that you might like it more, right? Because I think Forza's whole thing is like, all right, it strikes a fine line between like the sim and the arcade stuff.
Yeah.
Because the handling is a little bit better, more forgiving. You're not really racing through circuits like you would. And you're kind of just going around this open world. If you're kind of tired of like the open world stuff where it's just like more social, more, how do you call it? It's like kind of like, again,
I just want something that feels fresh. Like that's my thing, right? Like I said, like Forza Horizon 5 looks great, but it also looks exactly like 4 in Mexico.
Did you play Need for Speed Heat?
I honestly haven't played. The last Need for Speed I played was the one that launched with the PS4 around that time, and it was not good. Rivals.
I didn't play it.
And before that, I played like the original Hot Pursuit on my PC in like 2002. So I haven't played Need for Speed in like 2 decades.
You didn't play the Criterion Hot Pursuit?
I've never played any of them.
I don't think so. No.
Well, John. Obviously.
I don't know that I played Hot Pursuit, the second.
CJ, I'm gonna admit something
I played Most
embarrassing
Wanted,
as someone that loves racing games. I don't know if I played a Criterion game. I don't know if I played a Burnout game.
Burnout Paradise is like
Burnout
30 cents right now.
Like I said, no, it's on Game Pass. Burnout Paradise, I owned it on 3 fucking consoles. It is the only good thing British people have done in the last 20 years. I'm not even fucking kidding. It's a perfect.
Oh, we got Mr. Do we have Delaby in chat? I'm just double checking.
It's a perfect.
He's still here.
No, Burnout Paradise, Jeff. If you have an Xbox Series S, I think that's what you have.
Yeah,
play Burnout Paradise. It's a.
I mean, I'll play it on my PC. I'll grab it on Steam for $1.
Get it, please play Burnout Paradise. But the Criterion Need for Speeds, I've only played Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit's fun because it's not open world; it's more circuit based. But it's also a lot combat based too, where you're like kind of knocking cops off the road. You're knocking other racers off the road. Unbound, like I mentioned to Derek earlier in the podcast, but I don't know if I did because I'm drunk and it probably confused going to the podcast. Okay, good. Like I said, it's more technical, but also really over the top and arcadey. I think you might like it. Maybe, I don't know. All the Gen C stuff and the cutscenes might turn you off. 100%.
No, I'm good. I'm not.
I'm talking about Jeff. I know Jeff is like,
I don't know,
because Jeff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're more into the sim side of like racing games, right?
I like both. The important thing to me is like, and I talked about this before, it's like, it's so hard to judge from trailers because like it's kind of subjective. Like you can't say like, I feel like you can't say a game. I mean, maybe you can say a game like the handling is bad, but some people just like looser stuff. Some people like heavier, like people hated the driving in like the Watch Dogs games, but it was really heavy and I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
and it's like,
really
I can't
Drive
tell.
Club, right?
What's that?
You really like Drive Club.
I love Drive Club. That was like the first game I platinumed.
Man, I wish I would have played Drive, because Drive Club sounds like everything I would have loved out of a racing game. Yeah. It's basically PlayStation's Forza Horizon, and it pisses me off that I never got around to playing it.
It's that Simcade, like it's not.
Exactly. So what Unbound does for me is basically it's the arcade handling, but it has realistic cars. But it doesn't feel as like the weight of the cars is like perfect. They balanced it. For once, EA and like Criterion balanced how a car should feel in like a racing game, but it also has like that if you tap the brake once, the drift is like perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters to you, but like it's like
I of all the things in race games, I'm really bad at drifting, so I love when it's easy. Yeah.
So like again, the only good racing game, the only racing game I'm good at drifting at is Mario Kart Double Dash, which if you all watch our extra live stream, you know, pretty fucking good at. But like this kind of gets it right because you get two options: brake to drift or double tap the gas to drift. So you got options and like tuning in. Derek, you understand it because you played Heat. You played Heat. So they give you those two options.
It's going on the wish list. Going on the wish list.
It's on sale now on like every other console. I recommend it. I think it's like it's not my favorite racing game of the year because I agree with you, Jeff. I think GT7 is like as close to perfect as any racing game has come to like the last decade.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever like go back to anything like that. I think it's the best PlayStation exclusive I played all year. But Need for Speed Unbound, again, just because it represents more because it's Criterion doing what they do best. Mm-hmm. I think you'd appreciate that. I don't know if you're into like the anime and the sort of comic book aesthetics as I am.
I don't like anime, but I trust Need for Speed not to have any anime tropes or fucking like weird.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. What is it like? There's like girls that look like they're 14, but they're actually 900.
Yeah.
Oh no, 900 years old.
No,
that's the greatest.
The worst part of anime.
No, that is the greatest description of anime I've ever heard.
Every female character looks like they're 12, but they're actually 900.
I can't tell if you're trolling or not.
All right, here's the thing. So I did say that Britt was really gonna like Fire Emblem Awakening, but I do have to put the asterisk in there about fucking Nawe, who is like a 300-year-old dragon who looks like
is that
12-year-old girl.
That's real? That's a real thing?
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of the jokes. She's really a 200-year-old dragon is like a Fire Emblem Awakening specific.
That's 100%.
So I'm gonna give him that one. That sucks shit, but.
I have one quick question before we sign off here tonight.
What's your question?
So I posted a GameSpot link of what's coming out in the next few months. January and February, what's your most anticipated game?
Fuck.
We talked about this, but it's Kirby.
No, I said for the rest of the year before.
For the rest of the year? Okay, Britt, how about drop the attitude and then I'll tell you?
Yeah, Jesus.
I just saw the fucking
ears.
Calculator image with boobies.
So you're saying not in January or February?
No, yes, in January, February.
Oh, okay.
It's in general, right?
Shit. Fucking Octopath Traveler 2 and Theat Rhythm and Fire Emblem. God, these two fucking months. This shit is packed.
It's Fire Emblem or Forspoken, and those two come out within 4 days of each other. So fuck me.
Good fucking luck, Derek.
Derek, I won't fuck you because I see you platonically. But my most anticipated is still Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
That's February.
That's February, yeah. That is
February. I'm actually.
Sorry, go ahead, Britt.
No, I was going to say I'm actually excited for Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Obviously, Forspoken, Theat Rhythm, and the Horizon DLC is coming out. Wait, no, that's the VR one. Just kidding.
God, you've been told you have good taste.
Theat Rhythm, Britt. We're getting a new Theat Rhythm. I'm so happy.
I love rhythm games. Like I played the shit out of Elite Beat Agents.
Hell yes, you did.
I played the
shit. Why do we just?
I loved Elite EBA.
Why do we just have the same taste in games?
Did you guys play Amplitude?
Yes.
No, I want to.
It's really good.
That's the one with the vibrator, right? No, that was Res.
That's Harmonix. That's Harmonix.
That was Res, I think.
Yes, I think so.
On the PS2.
Amplitude was a Harmonix Kickstarter.
Yeah. Fuser. My second favorite game of 2020.
Fucking rip.
No, dude. You tell me somebody here's played Thumper.
Thumper is the one that came with the
up games now.
No, Thumper was fucking awesome.
Isn't that rabbit from Bambi?
I'm gonna Google PS2 game with the vibrator and hope I get.
Thumper is a rhythm game that's horror.
Yeah.
That's like horror based. It's like
the anime games.
Thumper is a rhythm game with like strong cosmic horror vibes. It's fucking awesome.
Okay. So quickly to answer Britt's question, there's a few other ones like that don't have a date. So like Suicide Squad is a huge one for me because I love Rocksteady.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, because I'm a fucking slut to these fucking Ubisoft games. There's another indie game. Let me see if I have it here. It is June. Oh, they don't have it on this. I have the list you sent. Oh, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which is like an Jet Set Radio successor, which I'm very excited for. Obviously, like a Dragon
When are we
Ishin.
getting another Parappa? That's what I want to know.
Well, have you played that Parappa HD remaster on PS4?
It's garbage.
Fucking, it's garbage. The syncing is off. And it hurts me so much because I love that game to death.
It's on Vita.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
So.
on Vita.
Yeah, that's mine. Is
I'll definitely play RE4.
Same with Eric. Oh, RE4's March, but yes, I am absolutely looking forward to it. Nobody's looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy.
100%, baby, because I am a 6-year-old and I love games like that. I
actually got a few.
What? Go ahead.
So the one I'm probably literally no one else remembers this. I think I remember it from a PlayStation showcase. It's called Season: A Letter to the Future. It's like I don't know what. It's just like biking and taking pictures and chatting with people. It's a small indie game. I think like sometimes indie games look better. Like I don't mean this disparagingly, but like a lot of times I get roped in by like really like cool vibes and visuals and stuff, but the game itself doesn't hold up. So I'm hoping there's a little bit of like a decent game structure behind there, but that one's out in January. I'm looking forward to. Theater Rhythm. I've never played. I honestly didn't know this. I didn't know this series existed until now, but like I love rhythm games. I like Final Fantasy. It's hard to imagine I'm not going to like that one. My main one, I didn't know this was coming because I tuned out on it because it's been such a fucking shit show, but it's on Brit's link here. Kerbal Space Program 2 is apparently coming out February 24th. When we were at PAX West in 2019, I went to a behind closed doors presentation on it, and it looked really fucking good and ambitious. A big step up from the first game.
3 years ago,
that thing
wild.
seems to have gone through dev hell. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared for a couple of years. Private Division has been really kind of like just weird about it, and I just kind of stopped paying attention. So like I want to say I'm like not really optimistic, but I hope it's good because I put like 100 hours into the first game, and that is a Jeff ass game if there ever was one. So
I have one more after Jeff, but
what's that?
There's that new SpongeBob platformer coming out. What is the SpongeBob SquarePants Cosmic Shake? 100% a 3D platformer. I'm all in, baby.
You know, I've never been exposed to anything SpongeBob. I never seen anything SpongeBob.
So, like, the first like 4 seasons are like peak animated series. I think they're on par with like the first like 10 seasons of The Simpsons, because I played the Battle of Bikini Bottom remaster for review back in like, when was it?
CJ Core.
100%. Look, guys, CJ Core. Any game that could have existed.
It's a remaster of a licensed PS2 game that was like mid to okay. Absolutely, more of this shit, and I mean that unironically.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we just like real quick before we sign off here? Can we just like, it's not exactly a 1 to 2 months thing, but can we just appreciate what a fucking year it's going to be in 2023 for RPGs?
We're gonna
kill
be
me.
June
is going to destroy me.
Thanksgiving all year.
Holy fuck! Like you've got. I mean,
I gotta quit my job.
Well, some of them will get delayed, but you have Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, Final Fantasy 16, and the new expansion for Final Fantasy 14. So Final Fantasy alone,
you've got you've got the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters. You've got Eiyuden Chronicles, which is coming out next year. You got Sea of Stars. Octopath Traveler 2.
Do we think that Dragon Quest remake is coming out? The Dragon Quest 3 remake is coming out.
I think it's probably coming out next year. You've got whenever the Pixel remasters are coming out on console. You've got the fucking
Mega Man's coming out. The
Mega Man Battle Network collection,
and a new Zelda, a new trail,
Street Fighter.
As far as just like specific like JRPGs go, like what the like I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like I mean, holy.
You're gonna play them.
I'm gonna play them.
So like it's like that Sabrina gif where she's trying to eat and everybody's putting pancakes in front of her.
Persona 4, Persona Golden, and Persona 3 in January.
Games.
Man,
Persona 4 and Persona 3 on consoles in January.
I'm buying those. Actually, are those on the Vita you gave me, John?
No. Oh, P4G is. P3. No, they both are actually. No, they both are.
They're up there. I'm not going to reach for them, but I'm buying them on Switch. 100%.
But I mean, like,
We're gonna be good.
Next
year.
It's just like
One Piece game that Finn was telling us about. The One Piece game is the fucking JRPG that's coming out in January.
I don't even know what the fuck a One Piece is, but sure.
The new Wild Hearts game looks really good by EA and Koei Tecmo.
Oh, the fucking Tales of Symphonia remaster is coming out too. Man.
Yep.
Oh shit! And today
Not a JRPG, but Baldur's Gate 3 is out next year as well.
It's
Oh my
it's an
God.
RPG.
Yeah.
Derek, did you say Ease 10 got announced today?
Fuck ease.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
All
I don't know. I don't have
Wow.
opinions on the series. I've only played.
You got
one
to
of them.
assume the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster will be announced and released.
Oh,
You gotta assume it.
You gotta assume.
Like, it was on
The FF9 remake.
John,
That's out
John,
next year.
It was on the Nvidia leak. It was on the Nvidia.
And of course, the Pixar remasters, Metroid
Oh,
Prime.
hold on.
I was
Hold
gonna
on.
say we gotta make a John bingo card for next year.
No,
I am getting Pikmin
hold on.
4.
Hold on. Tactics was on the Nvidia leak, so I mean, that's fucking.
So was
coming.
the 9 remaster.
Yeah, and that
Or,
is
or anime.
Remake.
What was it?
no remake.
remake.
There's a 9 remake coming too. Yeah, so I get, and that, like, at this point we know all that shit's real. So
I'm getting Pikmin 4. That's all that matters.
that
I
list
think-
hasn't fucking missed.
I think the real question is, before we sign off here, is where's Power Stone? Give
Where the
me
fuck-
Power Stone.
We know it's cut. So Brit
Dead.
2023 on the
Give
Capcom
me,
leak.
if I could zoom in my camera, I would. Give me Power Stone. I want Power Stone. I
Brit,
love
it's
Power
coming.
Stone.
It's coming next year. That was on
I'll
the
zoom
Capcom
you in
leak.
real big, Britt. You got the full
Please.
screen.
Power Stone is what happens when Derek gets high on the podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Am I
Welcome in.
right?
My name is Britt, and I'm on the official
No.
SDGC podcast. If you, Capcom, if you are hearing this, we would love, absolutely love the Power Stone re-releases. It doesn't even have to be, you know, y'all don't have to upgrade it. It's fine. Just release it. I want to play it. And nobody really has a Dreamcast anymore. Nobody really plays it anymore. So if you could just keep going on that process. Just I would love a Power Stone. Thank you, and remember to tune in every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern to watch our podcast where we will be talking about Power Stone.
Make sure to follow at Waypoints at CJ on Twitter for all your Dragon Quest related.
Also, just want to point out.
Don't do that. My Twitter's fucking awful. Don't do that. I'm
I
drunk.
love-
sorry.
We
just
just had
wanna point
CJ on. We just had CJ on Castle Bravo, and under the like social media links in every episode description, I did like the show, me, Charlotte, and then CJ, and I just said don't.
Actually, also, just want to point out, as somebody with an upset tummy, a Power Stone is what happens after 3 days of constipation with me.
Oof.
I drop a Power Stone.
Gross. My joke was better. I'm gonna say that. Power Stone is what Derek is every time he gets high.
Wrap it up, everybody. Good night.
Yeah.
Kindness costs nothing.
Gag,
Yeah,
Don't talk
yeah.
about your shits on a podcast.
gag that shit up, Britt. Gag.
Thank
Gag
you.
it.
Thank
Are we
you
off?
for-
Are we off?